Hi guys, Andrea here, Senior Podiatrist and owner at AC Podiatry. Guys, look, today I want to talk to you specifically about, sometimes people think it's a little bit gross, a little bit disgusting, but I want to talk to you guys today about fungal infections of the feet, and in particular the toenails, okay? And the one trick that I kind of give patients to use really effectively to get over this particular problem. And, you know, obviously this is becoming a bit of an issue now in spring. The weather's warming up, a beautiful day today. And so people are wanting to get out of the closed shoes and they're wanting to get into those strappy sandals, or, you know, guys, you're going to want to get into thongs and those kind of things when the weather warms up, or even just going to the beach or the swimming pool and getting your socks and shoes off. And, you know, we can be a little bit self-conscious if there's something going on, so like discolored toenails. And we're seeing a little bit of that now with the weather warming up. So if you stick around, I promise what I'm going to give you today is just the one tip that I give to all of my patients that I find really, really useful. It's a bit of an old school technique, but it's a really simple tip or a little simple technique that you can use that has massive bang for your buck and gets a really fantastic result, okay? So again, if we've got fungal infections of the feet, of the toenails, why is this a problem? Well, there's a couple of problems, okay? First of all, especially if you have something like a rubrum infection, it can cause the skin to be quite dry, flaky, red, can be quite irritable, can be quite itchy. So it's just not comfortable to have, it hurts. Obviously the other thing is it can be quite ugly. You know, especially discoloration and thickened toenails caused by fungus doesn't look great. And for a lot of people that's quite self-conscious, and I know a lot of ladies will put nail polish over the top, but that will actually make it worse. And not only that, the fungus will live in your nail polish and you'll then reinfect yourself. So if you're doing that, stop. And the other thing that people don't think about with fungus is that fungus is actually contagious. So yes, you've got this horrible looking foot that's actually bothering you and it's aggravating and it's itchy and it's annoying and the skin's cracking and breaking, or the nails cracking and breaking itself. But then you're going and have a shower or sharing a shower recess or floor with members of your family, your wife, your partner, your husband, and then you could be potentially passing it on to them. So this is why we want to get it fixed. Because if we get it fixed, we've got good looking feet, so we can wear our sandals or our thongs or run around barefoot without being self-conscious, okay? That itchiness, that redness, that pain, that aggravation, that's not there either. So you actually don't think about your feet. And it's one of my favorite sayings, you know? We use our eyes all day, and as soon as they get sore, we go and see somebody about them, because there's an assumption that our eyes shouldn't hurt. But if we use our feet all day, oh yeah, we use them, they're supposed to hurt. No, they're not. Feet aren't supposed to hurt. No part of your body's supposed to hurt. And so if you've got this aggravation caused by your fungus, by fixing it, that'll disappear. And of course, if we fix the problem, you're going to prevent members of your family catching it as well. And nobody wants their kids or their wife or spouse, unless they've done something they shouldn't have done, to get this kind of condition. So let me share that tip with you, okay? Now, there's a heap of preparations out there on the market. There's a stack. You can go into any pharmacy, you can buy a heap of things. Nail tinctures, antifungal creams, antifungal sprays. Some are 2 times a day, some once a day, some once a week, okay? But the tip that I want to share with you today, it's potassium permanganate, okay? For those of you old enough to remember, old Condy's crystals, okay? Now, you're probably sitting going, what the hell? This is a really old remedy, and it's been around for a long, long time. When I graduated, 20 years ago almost, it was one of the frontline treatments, but for some reason it's lost favour. But it's actually really, really useful. It's a fantastic way, it's cheap, it's simple, and it works. So all you need to do is you go to the pharmacist and you ask for a canister of Condy's crystals or potassium permanganate. They won't know what Condy's crystals are. It's a canister that sits about yay big. It's not large, and it generally costs between $10 and $20. And what you do is you take this canister and you put 1 or 2 granules, only 1 or 2 granules, in a bucket of water and change the color pale pink. You don't want to make it too dark, okay? And I'll explain why in a second. But you make the water pale pink. And then what you do is you place your feet in that water and you soak it for 2 to 3 minutes. And you do that 2 to 3 times a week, okay? Now, I use this for absolutely everybody. People who've tried all sorts of things, okay? And it works, okay? 4 out of 5 patients, and I've looked at this anecdotally, I went through the notes before I've done this, okay? 4 out of 5 patients cite a significant improvement just by using some Conti's crystals. Now, why don't you want to use more Conti's crystals and make it darker? Because it will stain the feet. And then your feet are going to look like Donald Trump's face, a beautiful shade of orange or purple, okay? So don't do that. Again, if you soak it for longer, the same thing will happen. You may get some slight discoloration on the nails, like a little bit of a brownie tinge, but don't be too concerned. That will effectively help grow the nail out. Now, yes, it's really, really useful, okay? It's a fantastic tip, and it's kind of been forgotten about, but it isn't a magic bullet, okay? And there is no magic bullet when it comes to fungal infections of the feet. Generally, and again, I know I bang on about the evidence, but I'm an evidence-based practitioner and we're an evidence-based clinic. You want to make sure that you're using it in conjunction with something. So if you're already using a nail tincture, just add the crystals in, the potassium permanganate crystals in. If you're using antifungal creams, great, just add the Conti's crystals in, okay? There are a whole range of strategies that you can use, but this very simple tip works a real charm, okay? Now, if you've tried everything, if you've used the Conti's crystal, so if you take my advice, you use it, you try it, okay? And you're gonna need to give it some time. It's not a 1 or 2 week fix, especially if it's a fungus of the nails. You're looking 2 to 3 months, okay? But if you're trying this and it's not working, then you may need to look at other interventions. Now, one intervention we have here, we use a diode laser. It's a laser used to kill fungal spores. It penetrates the nail, kills the spores underneath the nail, and so we're looking specifically here at fungal toenails, but it can help. And we're probably one of a handful of clinics. I think at last count, there's only probably about 4 or 5 clinics in Adelaide that have access to laser. Now, laser can play a really powerful role in fixing fungus of the nails, okay? But again, it has to be used in conjunction with other therapies and other treatments. It's not a magic bullet, okay? So look, as always, if you know somebody who this would benefit, please let them know, okay? We'll obviously get in touch with them, tag them, do those kind of things. Now, if you are interested to know a little bit more about the laser, just put laser down below, okay? And we'll be in touch, okay? We'll start a dialogue via messenger or email and work out the best way of getting some more information on the laser to you, so you can have that. Alternatively, visit our website, access the services tab, look at laser, and it will tell you, it's got some evidence there about how that works, okay? So look, Conti's crystals, that's what I want you to take away from today. Potassium permanganate, 1 or 2 granules in water, so it makes it pale pink. Soak it for 2 to 3 minutes. Do that 2 to 3 times a week. And I promise for 80% of you, that's going to make a pretty big difference to your fungal infection. Okay? I'm taking off. Have a great day, guys. See you soon. Ciao.